Yes. So you guys can see my screen. All right. So at the very beginning, let us check the areas of the year. Okay. Until unless we uh, know the areas of the year, it's very difficult to do the modeling. Okay. So in this image, so many levels are there. We are not going to remember all the levels. Okay. But a few which are very important. Which are very important. So let us check what are those. So first of all, this one. Okay. This one. This is called helix. Helix of the year. Okay. Here it is written helix. This is external anatomy of the year. Okay, internal anatomy, like this is the one third part of the year. This is not the entire year. Okay, then middle year is there, then inner year is there. So two more parts are there. So this is one third part, external year. Anyway, so this is the helix part, and with these two, this is coming down. Okay, this is called entirely the entire part up to this much. Entire part is called antihelix. So we need to remember this. This is helix. This part is called antihelix. Antihelix. Why antihelix? Because if this is helix, this is just the opposite. That is the reason the name is antihelix. Okay, but definitely the helix extension this much and antihelix extension this much, and over here these two shapes are almost parallel, isn't it? Okay, then over here there is a cartilage. Okay, it is called tragus over here. So if you place your finger near this part of yours, you can feel this tragus, and that is a cartilage. In fact, the entire ear is kind of a cartilage, but there is a small part that is called tragus. Okay, and just the opposite of tragus in this area, we are having antitragus. Antitragus. Okay, and in between the tragus and antitragus, this is the notch. Okay, this is the notch. So tragus through the notch, antitragus, and this is the antihelix. Okay, one part is remaining, and this entire area is actually the negative area, and the name is written over here, cavum. Okay, you just remember, if you can remember like this, that this is the negative shape. This is the negative shape. Okay, so very important area. Until unless this area is there, tragus, antitragus, antihelix, helix, nothing can be prominent until unless this negative area is there. So very important area, cavum. And the last area we need to remember is this one. This is the lobule, or in short we call it lobe. Okay, lobe, this area. So these are the areas you need to remember. Once again, I'm repeating: antihelix. See how these things will be important to remember. In the exam, theory exam, 10 marks question or 15 marks question, write down the steps of modeling the human ear. Okay, if practically you can do it, you can write it. If practically you cannot do it, you cannot write it. But at the same time, in theory, while writing, you should know the names. Until unless you know the names, what you are going to, that circular area of the ear, which is starting from the inside of the ear to the outside to the outer side of the ear, how much of explanation. But if you are writing, now let's now we have to model the helix. So it is understood you are talking about this part. Now we are going to start the modeling of the antihelix. So it is understood you are talking about this part. Now let's model the tragus. So you are talking about this part. You don't have to explain. That is the reason the names of individual areas can be very, very important. Okay, not only for the ear, but for the interface, for the hand, for the fingers, and that is the reason I told to remember the bone structure. Understood? I can tell you, I can explain you like this, but you need to prepare these things. Then only you can write it in theory. I guess you are getting my point, right? So there it is. Last day somebody was asking me if the names are necessary. Names are not necessary practically, to be very honest. But theory, when you are writing paper, the names are going to help you. Okay. And suppose if it is a 10 marks question and uh, you are leveling, suppose you literally have drawn a year. Suppose in this area you are writing, and over here you have drawn this year. Okay, drawn this year, and you have labeled the helix, antihelix, tragus, antitragus, lobule. You have labeled it. Okay, if it is a 10 marks question, only writing, if you are getting 5 out of 10. Okay, if you are creating a diagram and labeling it, you will get approximately 8 out of 10. So 80% marks you are going to get. Okay, so that is the reason these are important. Okay, guys, now let's go back to our model. So this is the model we were working with. I hope you can remember. We started this before the Diwali vacation. Okay, and today I'll start with the ear part. So many times I will just toggle like this just to see what's happening in this area. Okay, and in this we can see from this loop up to this loop. Okay, so one, two, three. Only three faces are there in between that can create the ear. Now, let me tell you one thing. There are so many ways to create the ear. Okay, I personally can show you three ways to create the ear. At least three ways I can show you. There can be more actually. If I think a little bit more, maybe I can create some more ways to create the ear. But so many ways to create the ear. Now, uh, today what I am doing the blocking style only. For entire human head, I have used blocking style only. Taken a cube and extruding it, uh, pulling it, pushing it, increasing the topology, and created the shape like this. Okay, so the ear also I am going to do the same. So let's select these. Check one second. You need to toggle again and again. But I have understood this. should come a little bit like this. See, now it's fitting, right? At the same time, I'm also thinking this height is a little bit too much. So there is an opportunity to give a loop in this area. Let me check. Okay, anyway, I have given more loops at the bottom of the eye. So it will be better if I'm not increasing anymore, but still I can see the possibility of one loop. Or what can be done? Maybe I can add another loop in this area. Inside also, 100% it is getting selected. Have to be careful about the shape. Okay, all right. I'll keep it like this. Now my job will be from here, maybe with this one. Okay, all right. That's fine. Now going to the side view. So now at least we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 8 faces we are getting now for the year. Okay. So the first job is to extrude it and scale it down. Okay. Why I am scaling in local axis? Because it is following the plane. Can you see? Can you see? In this plane only, it has been created. So that was very necessary. Now coming to the side view, and I am going to do a little bit adjustment. So let us check. So first of all, from here to there, let's slide it forward a little bit. Okay. If I slide it forward, see, I'm not changing the plane. This plane was the same. This one. Okay. But it was necessary just to slide this. So now I'm going to slide this one. So this is the, see, from here the ear is actually attached. Yes, this is the place, right? Uh, anyway, I will go very slow, so properly try to understand what I'm doing. See, I'm adjusting this. Definitely now these things also should come forward a little bit. Here, one thing to learn. You need to visualize the attachment of the year, not the actual year, but the attachment inside, how much it is attached. Okay, that you need to learn. So, and just creating the attachment only. Can you tell me why I am only sliding, not moving? Why I am sliding, not moving? Any guess?
शेप को एज इट इज रखने के लिए, बिकॉज मूव करेंगे तो सर एज अंदर भी जा सकता है, बाहर भी हो सकता है.
Hmm. If I move, then it will change the plane, isn't it? And I don't want that, changing the plane. All right. So, still on that plane. Okay. Now, coming once again. Now, my job will be to trace it a little bit. So, here I can see the connection, little bit adjustments here and there. And now I'm visualizing from where it is connected inside,
Sir,
not the outside one. Yes.
so sometimes we move edges from the main axis center. तो जेड एक्सिस में भी चेंजेस होते हैं, मतलब जो ब्लॉक मॉडल में कर रहा था ना उसमें जेड अंदर की साइड चला जाता है मॉडल.
No, Sagar, I didn't get you.
मीन सर हम लोग सर मूव करते हैं ट्रेसिंग के लिए,
Hmm.
तो सर उसमें 3 डायरेक्शंस होते हैं, तो जो एंटी डायरेक्शन होते हैं वो मूव करते हैं, तो हेड जो भी पार्ट रहता है हम मूव करते हैं वो अंदर चला जाता है जेड एक्सिस.
See, the trick is when you are working in a perspective. When you are working in the perspective, never select this one and move. Then it's gone. Okay. In the perspective, always you should move with these three. Okay. Now, if you are working with the orthographic viewport, it is always easy and fast to use. But in the orthographic viewport, remember this, only in the orthographic viewport. So whenever I am selecting the middle portion, I am using orthographic viewport. Okay, that's the trick. In a other viewport, it is gone. Okay, Sagar.
सर
Okay, so now
सर
let me check. Yeah,
ऑर्थोग्राफिक व्यू, कैन यू
no,
ऑर्थोग्राफिक.
sorry, come once again. I didn't get you.
सर मैंने ऑर्थोग्राफिक व्यू में मूव किया था तो भी थोड़ा बहुत इनसाइड गया प्लेन से.
No, in orthographic viewport, it should not happen like that. I'm sure there is some problem. Problem in the sense in your way of working, but otherwise orthographic viewport it will not happen like that. See, now I am using perspective, so I will use only these three. So I'm just checking again and again if any of the vertices are not on the plane. So almost These are on the plane, so there is no problem. If you want, later on, maybe if you want, uh, another loop can be added like this, circular loop. So ear is a limb coming out of the body, right? That is the reason. So around it, the circular loop will be there. Suppose you were modeling an Alps, so he or she will have big ears, right? So in that case, they can, uh, act with their ears, like they can rotate their ear. So in that case, this circular loop is 100% necessary. In this case, it is not necessary, but in that case, it is necessary. So sometimes it can be beneficial if if you are in practice of giving this loop. Okay. So anyway, if I'm
सर
placing three, hmm,
सो एक बार स्लाइड एज टूल बता सकते हो क्या? लाइक मैं यूज कर रहा था, मेरे से हो नहीं रहा.
this slide edge tool, first select the edge, then I'm taking the tool, then middle mouse drag.
ओके, मिडिल माउस यूज करना है.
Yeah, middle mouse drag.
ओके.
Okay. Anyway, so don't know if I'm going to keep this. Let me keep this. Okay. So later on, there will be no problem. So I'm going to keep this. No problem. Now I'm selecting those 8 faces. Guys, why I have taken so much of time just to select the 8 faces? Because this portion is very, very crucial. How you are aligning these 8 faces first. Because this is the base. This is going to be the base. So this is very, very important. Okay. And another thing, I'll just check. It is already too much inside from the front view. So maybe some cases we have to uh, compromise. We have to compromise some cases. But what can be done? I'm just thinking if I can put it out a little bit, not too much, because anyway in the front view foreshortening is happening. So don't rely on that. Okay, later on I can come back because hard edges will be created because of so many edge loops in these areas. So that we can rectify. Sorry. Okay, so selected this. Now I'm extruding. Okay, extruding out like this. Now, how much to extrude? How much to extrude? This much to extrude. Now, this extrusion, you follow the outer shape. Are you getting my point? This shape, not the previous one. Previous one, you need to imagine how much it can be attached with the face. Only that much. Okay, so this is all right. Now, there is one problem, that is, it cannot be like this, right? So, I'm going to rotate like this towards the front, towards the front, like this. This is the block in. This is very, very important. If the block in is correct, 40% ear is done. Okay. So once again, trying to match this, right? At the back also, the ear should be visible like that. Okay, this is fine. It's looking this much, but from the front view, it is looking a little bit too much. But over here, you can see this ear is coming more. So I feel this much is fine. This much is all right. Okay, so this is a plane and this is a block in. This is very, 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 very important. Okay, now I don't want these faces. I don't want this because the ear should be blended with the face, isn't it? So for that, what I'm going to do, starting from here, selecting this one, or starting from here, let's start. Otherwise, later on, it will be confusing. And I will collapse it and will convert it into one vertex. Previously, so many times we have done this, right? So edit mesh and collapse. We have done this. Selecting the next one, G, collapse. Selecting the third one, collapse. Sorry, next one, collapse. Next one, collapse. I guess you were getting my point. Now the ear is starting directly from the face. There is no problem. But you know what? Through the process, it has come forward a little bit. So I just push it a little bit. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so now from a distance also you can see the ear is there, and this was the simple, the overall blocking of the ear. Okay, now we are going to do the detailing. Tell me if this much you all of you understood. Okay, all right. Now coming to the side view, and my job will be to align it. Okay, align it with a reference. With a reference, you can make it even a little bit more because after smoothing, it will shrink anyway a little bit. So like this. But with this, with the collapse, you can see I have created a triangle over here, and I have created another triangle over here. Okay. I will come back later on and I will solve this, but for now I'm keeping the triangles as triangles. Okay, I'll just keep this like this one. So just select these two. I'm creating a little bit room for this. So that it should not create. All right. Fine. So except those two triangles, everything is looking fine. Now let's come to the detailing or the blocking of the individual areas. Now I am coming back to our reference. So this is the helix we talked about. So first, let's create this helix. Okay. So what I'm going to do, coming to the side view, coming to the side view, and from the side, it's very difficult to see basically what's happening. But what I'm going to do, I know this edge is there, right? But the helix is approximately up to this much. Can you see this helix? I'm going to trace this. Okay. So from here up to there, I'm sure it's going correct. Up to there, from here, it should be connected with this. I'm just assuming if I'm going to extrude this, it is going to be the same. You can extrude it also. There will be no problem. Okay, like the I have done. But the process I am taking over here, the lips, how we did the lips. First, have drawn it. Okay, I'm drawing it so that later on I don't have to adjust it. Simple. Otherwise, you can extrude it. There will be no problem. The same result you will get. Like this. Just imagine if you are extruding the entire thing, you will get this kind of geometry, isn't it? So from here, yeah, from here, it's not going over there. It's not going like this, right? So it's coming inside. Okay, there is one benefit of splitting, and it's coming like this. It's hitting the antihelix over here. It's from here. It's going inside, and another thing I need to do from here also is going inside. Okay, this one, and for now, let's connect it over here only. This is the anti-helix part, right? But I will do the rest. If I am extruding it, then what will happen? So from here, I'll come to this. This will be connected. Sorry, I don't know which one it is. This one, yes. Let me check if I did everything correct. Over here, everything is looking correct. And from here again, just imagine you are extruding it. The loop you will get, I'm just drawing the same loop. Okay, for now I'm just connecting it. And I have created this triangle. That's absolutely fine. Okay, and over here I have kept this just to get the shape basically. Okay, so this is a hexagon, I feel. uh, this is a pentagon, those two are pentagon, this is a triangle. So I have kept all those, but the thing is, what actually I wanted is this. Through split, doesn't matter where you are splitting, but through split, you are going to get this helix. Once again, this part, this part. You're going to get the helix. Okay? So We got the topology. Two ways to do it. First extrude it, then create the topology, or what I have done. First create the topology and then extrude it. I'm extruding it. So you know what? My helix is almost ready. Okay, I have to do some adjustments, but it is almost ready. So what can be done? What adjustments can be done? I'm selecting this. This is the end. Okay, it cannot be end. Just check over here. It's not ending over here, right? It's continuing downward. So what can be done? Okay, another thing. Later on, if necessary, you can extrude the entire area just to get the filling of the volume. Okay, but anyway, so this one I'm just spinning it forward so that it's not going to end over here. This is the lobe or lobule. Alright. Now you can see it's continuing, right? It's continuing, and this topology is going inside. Absolutely fine. So we have done the helix part. Helix part means the only the blocking we have done. Many more things can be done in this. Okay, I will not things complicated. I'll how much I have shown in the reference, that much I am going to do. Okay, almost that much I am going to do. I'll not make it complicated. Okay, guys, this is fine. All of you. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Now, what was the next part? Anti-helix, right? Anti-helix. Now let's create the anti-helix part. So for this, what I am going to do, see, you can obey with this topology. That is absolutely fine. What I prefer to create my own topology. So what I am going to do, uh, let's delete this. Okay, I don't need this because anyway later on entirely it will be changed. I am just drawing my topology according to the shape because the reference is already there. Now in this area, I will show you something. Uh, we are having very limited number of polygons in this area, and in the reference so many shapes are there, isn't it? Very complicated shapes are there. So very difficult to manage all the shapes within these number of polygons. Not possible. So we have to increase our polygon. Now let us check how to increase the polygon. Okay. So let us check. From here, maybe from this area, let's increase the polygon. So how to increase the polygon? From here, one loop is there, already going that side. But I'm going to do before doing anything. Let's or it is almost fine. I just need to make it like this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, suppose from this, I'm going to make it more polygons. only this much. So one edge was there, second edge, and from here I'm creating the third edge. So out of one edge, I'm creating one, two, three edges. You're getting my point? Now this edge actually you can continue like this. Okay. So because I have done with this, so here also somewhere I have to do the same, right? So maybe from here I'm starting. At the back, I'm starting from here like this. Okay. Now let's give two edge loops. So one over here. I have given edge loop so that I don't have to make it circular. It's already done for me. Okay. And then actually you need to split this way. I just have given the loop. And then what? Delete this one. Done. This is a quad. Everything you just check. So out of one loop, you are getting one, two, three loops. So this is the way you can increase the topology of one particular area. I guess you are getting my point, right? So now we were missing some topology. See, all those topology are there for us. Okay, now it's looking fine. Now, similarly, uh, from here and from there also, we should create a topology to get a better result in the year. Okay. Now, how much topology is there? The entire year is possible. But what I'm thinking, let's get a better result. So, what can be done? Once again, the same thing, right? From here to there, I'm doing it again and again. Just try to learn this to there, like this. Okay, and then one loop over here. Let us check where it is going. Okay, it's going like this. That's not a problem. And another loop, it's going like this. So we don't want this, right? Anyway, I'll come back to this loop. So what I'm going to do, the same thing. Now let's give this loop. We're supposed to give, right? It is done. Done. Then what? Select this, delete. So this is done. And from here also, this side loop I have given, but this side loop I didn't give yet. All right. Now select this one and delete. So now I'm having enough loop in this area for my modeling. Now let's select some of the loops, and definitely because I have increased the loop, I have to manage it. This is the position. So similarly, I guess you can see you have to manage it, right? It's almost fine. can go a little bit outer side. In fact, from here, in fact, from here to there. Sorry. See how nicely it is blending now. This one. Added loops means we have to do all these things. Okay. And this side still one more is there. Let us check what can be done. All right. So throughout the years, see how many loops we have got now. More loops means more detailing can be done. And though these are looking triangulated in shape, but those are all quads. So there is no problem. Okay, guys, you understood how to increase the loops? Come on, quickly tell me. You understood how to increase the loop of one particular area? Okay. Yes, quads means four vertices. Yes. All right. Now I'll come to the anti-helix. Okay. Here actually I'm not liking this. I have to do something for this. Maybe this one I can move like this. Side view should be over here, and this should be after that. All right. Now what I am going to do, I have deleted everything. Why I have deleted everything? Because I want to create my own topology. Okay. So that is the reason I have deleted. Go to the side view. Own topology means what? I just wanted to trace it. Okay. So what I have failed, this is a little bit too much. So from here, slide it. All right. Now I'm starting from here. Let's check. Okay. In between, I can see this shape should be there. All right. Only this can go a little bit this side. Okay. I have drawn this. Now, guys, let's check if this is going this way. No, it's not going this way. Can you see that? It's not going this way. So for now, what I'm doing, I'm connecting it with this. There is a triangle, not a problem. But my loop is correct. Okay. Now coming to the second one. Okay, or you just split up to this much. So don't worry about after that what's happening. Okay, so now from here, I have to check from where, from here. Yes, all right. I'm not touching this, but just before it. This is already a quad, right? Keeping a small gap in that area.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, for pentagon, we have to same thing do splitting edges to
Yeah.
remove
Yeah.
pentagon.
Yes. 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 We need to split. We
But
need to
sir,
split.
sometimes it changes the shape, means adding edges extra.
Where for pentagon?
Yes.
No, here actually so many errors. You have seen. I have created so many errors, and gradually I will show you how you can rectify those. So here is the best example to rectify your topology. So gradually you'll come to know. I'll just keep doing it. Okay. So like this area, this is a triangle, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just deleting it. Maybe later on I could have done this, but because you have asked, I'm showing you. So from here to there. So now this is a quad. So like this from one side. Now this side is clean. So gradually I will make things clean, 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 and will come downward. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the way we should work. Okay. Now here actually what I am feeling, it will be better if I connect this line with this, and this I already kept with this. Yeah, this is a better topology. See, this is a better topology, right? And this one, instead of connecting with this, let's connect with this. Then automatically, this is also a quad, right? So we should work like this. All right. Anyway, now my job will be to select this. So what it is called? What it is called? Anti-helix,
सर
right?
एयर्स में एक पेंटागन है ना
Where?
सबसे पहला वाला फेस
This one, no?
यस सर
Don't worry, I'll come back to that. I have
ओके
seen that. Yes. So means randomly I'm keeping errors just to build up a little bit confidence to you. Like anytime you can solve those. Okay, so don't worry about those. So I'm just taking it, and this also I need to rotate like this because from here a little bit part should be visible, but not at the top, but at the bottom. So here the anti-helix will be visible out of helix. Okay, then again I need to push this area a little bit, and then sorry, again local axis and reduce it a little bit. Okay, so now this one I'm going to push it a little bit. That is the shape basically. Okay, now in this area, you know what? This gap is very, 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 very narrow, very small gap. Even this one. Sorry. Uh, Later on, I'm going to do this. Now let's rectify this. So this is basically very simple. What I'm going to do first, selecting this one, and let's spin it. What we did for this, I did for this also. And you know, if you go to the reference, it is going this side, isn't it? So I spin it that way so that it can go that side. Now, what is my job is give this topology. Okay, and now, so my pentagon is gone. Okay, now this is the time. So all this should go a little bit that side. It is also a circular shape. What I'm feeling like this one. Let me check if I can spin it this way. I think this will be better. No, it's this is fine. Now going to the reference, can you see a depression in this area? This depression, okay? So for that, I'm selecting this. We are having all the loops. We just need to work with those. All right. So far it is fine. Here it is looking a little bit too crowded. So I'll come back to that area. Now, what about this area? Okay. So going to the side view and let's check what's happening over here. So from here only, it's getting connected. Okay. So I'm selecting this one and let's try to spin it. So either inside or outside. So I am feeling this is looking better. It should be like this. This is all right. So what's happening right now? Let's check. It's like this. But at the same time, I supposed to do something like this area should go a little inside because the anti-helix actually, sorry, the origin of the helix is going inside. So I could have done this at the beginning only. I forgot to do that. So I'm just pushing it inside. So now also that can be done, not a problem. Okay. So it's like this. It should go inside. That's the anatomy. Yes, it is like this. That's the anatomy. Now it is looking much better, isn't it? See, now it's going inside that anti-helix part. It's looking better now. Okay, and you can see I almost have rectified the upper part. Okay, now I need to rectify the lower part. So gradually coming downward, I'm keep rectifying. So first rectified this area, then this area, then this area. So like this, I'm coming downward. So now the next part I need to do is the tragus. Okay, so let's block in the tragus one. So one by one area I'm trying to block in. So first I have blocked in the helix, then anti-helix, then I'm moving towards the tragus. Okay, so let's find out the position of the tragus. So this is the position of the tragus, this one. Okay, guys, I want to do some adjustments in this area. At the origin, there is no loop for the tragus. So either you increase the loop or you use the same loops. So what I'm going to do, I'm just keeping one loop over there. Let's move this also. Keeping one loop over there. And the second loop I'm taking as a middle loop. And this loop, the end of the tragus. So now let's trace. So it will come like this. It will come like this. The reference actually not properly visible over here, but because I know I'm just doing it. So finding out a good reference is very, very important. Guys, so this shape I have created. This shape, right? Tragus. So anyway, same thing. Got the topology, extrude it. And in this case, dragging it a little bit forward. Okay. Now we have to make it a little bit circular. So made it a little bit circular, right? Now what will be our job? So this one, just spin it. So it's done for us. It's clean now. Over here, what is the position of this? Coming to side view, here is the position. Okay. Later on, you know what? I'm going to spin this edge, but not now. Later on. Okay, because it is having too much of surface tension. So definitely, I need to change it. Okay. Now, guys, I'm coming to this area. So what can be done? First of all, uh, I have to trace this area. So this area will be, so from here, it will come like this, then it will go like this. So this one you can see over here. So this is the anti-tragus area, right? We have seen before some time. This area, there is also a bulge, and this one, I'm connecting it with this. Okay, all right, almost fine. Now, all these things will be circular. So Let's make the topology a little circular, like this. Okay, so this is all right. I'm just thinking from here, if I increase the topology a little bit, how it will be. I think that can be done. Okay. Before that, in this area, let's check what is the condition. We have traced up to this much, but not after that, right? So let us check. So yes, what I was thinking, from here, it's too much. Okay. So let's selecting this one, and it should come over here. You can see. See, I'm missing another loop in this area. Okay, guys, let us check if something can be done for this area. Sorry, let's move it over here. That's fine. Selecting this one, selecting the last vertex. Okay, so what we have seen, the entire thing, even this, okay, the entire thing should go backward a little bit. See guys, if you are following all the shapes like this, then only it will become this model. Otherwise, it will not be this model. Okay, this is all right. This is all right. So we have traced this area, right? So there is no problem. Now, in this case, another observation, and you see, this is also going too much inside. Then gradually, it is going inside. So, but we don't have any such loop in this area. So, what I'm going to do from here to there, I'm just connecting this. I have created a triangle. You can see, right? So let us check if I can spin it and can make it a little better. I think this is absolutely fine. It has to be like this. I'm liking it. Okay. So this is it. Yes. These are all chords, and how it is going like this, it is going coming like this, it is coming like this, it is coming like this. It is absolutely fine. Okay. So now for this what can be done. Now what I am feeling, the triangle was good over here. Okay, it actually was helping us, the triangle over here. But anyway, so I'm selecting all this, and maybe I'll extrude it, and I have to push it inside. Why to push it inside? To get this area, right? This area, that shape we have seen before some time. I showed you the same area. Now this area, maybe now it is looking a little bit complicated. We can make it little bit simplified. Okay, we are getting the shape. Now I am liking this area. This is absolutely fine. But here it's too complicated in this area. So coming to the side view once again, and I'll check the area how it is looking now. Okay. So what about this one? You can see this we have traced long back, but this area is not looking good enough. So this is coming over here. This should be pushed inside, and this also should be pushed inside. All right. I told you I'm not going to keep this, so I'm just deleting it. This should come forward, will be connected with this, and this is going to be connected with this. I'm sure you people are not thinking modeling is very difficult. See, I'm getting a good direction over here. So now it inside. The thing is, um, I have done this so many times, so I know the anatomy of this area, and that is the reason very easily and fluently I can move my vertices in this area. And in your case, maybe you are feeling a little bit difficulty to understand why I am doing this and uh, where I am doing this. You are feeling a little bit difficulty because you don't know the shape of that particular area. Okay, so just go through the anatomy, and it is actually very easy and very enjoying. Okay, now this area is almost correct, and topology wise also it is almost correct. Okay, so this face I'm not liking. Maybe I'll come back, or maybe right now I can change it. Okay, uh, I'll come back to this area. So now all this topology in this area, okay, to be very honest, up to this much, I'm not liking. Okay, the topology should be more simplified. Though through extrusion we created that kind of topology, but yes, this could be more simplified. So what I'm thinking, this can directly join this. It's becoming more simplified. Guys, that is what I'm thinking. If I'm just thinking if I can make the areas simplified, that is only going on inside my mind. Okay, so this much is fine. Now let's talk the about the topology of this area. So going back to our reference, what we saw, the antihelix is coming down like this, creating the antitragus and going to tragus. So don't you think this is a single topology? The direction of our loops should be like this, but we don't have the loops like that. So what do we have to do? We have to draw it. Simple. Okay. So we don't have enough loop in this area. So maybe I'm going to draw some of the loops in this area. Okay. So first of all, the same way, if you can remember, the same way I'm doing it. Okay. This is a quad. I just have splitted it, that's all. And from here also, I can add another loop. See, gradually I'm solving all these. It should come this side. It's looking much better now. Now, what about this one? I need to spin it. It's ending, right? Front part, we spin it. Now this side, we have to spin it. So what can be done? I'm spinning it like this, forward, spinning it forward, right? So now it will be easy for us to give the shape of the, see, this is the tragus. See, I got the topology. This is the tragus, this is the notch, this is the anti-tragus, right? We saw this only in our reference, and this is going towards this. Now, yes, I can see a problem in this area. So this is a pentagon. So let's check if I can modify that. Intentionally, I made this triangle, and then let's give one loop in between. So it's becoming circular also, and getting the loop to create the anti-tragus in this area. That's absolutely fine. And this is also a quad. Now, it's absolutely fine. And I don't need these loops. I was telling before some time, I am not liking this. So finally, it's done for me. Okay, this is absolutely fine. Now, definitely need to equalize a little bit. Now, this middle loop, this middle loop, I want to create the anti-traggers, so should come out a little bit. The notch has been created. Now, only this vertex I should pull out a little bit. And okay, this is almost done. Now, this is open edge, this is open edge. Done. See what we have got now. Can you remember? Reference, we have seen this only. So whatever I did in between so far, that I actually did spontaneously. I guess you have understood. I was not knowing previously what I am going to do. I just did it spontaneously. But this was my goal. Whatever it is, I am going to get something like this topology, and this is perfect. There's no problem. This should be the topology. And now from here there, because many loops are there, so definitely we need to sorry, adjust a little bit. Okay, so this much is absolutely fine. Don't you think I should push it inside a little bit? Even this one I should push a little bit inside. Okay, so let us check. And if you have noticed, all my errors I have accumulated in this area. All my errors. Okay. before some time I was telling I am not liking this face. So let's make a perfect quad over here. Otherwise, that was not looking pretty. Now this is fine. Yes. All right. Okay. So okay, guys, this much you understood what I basically did. Don't try to remember step by step where I spinned, where I splitted. Don't try to remember that. Only remember the helix, the anti-helix, over here a little depression, over here a little depression going inside too much. It's blending with the anti-helix, the source of the helix going inside and blending with the anti-helix. Okay, the tragus, the anti-tragus, and the anti-helix, anti-tragus, the notch, and the tragus, creating a single topology. This is what you need to remember. Okay, don't remember where I splitted, how many loops I have given, how many vertices I created. Don't try to remember those. Okay, guys, all of you got my point? Okay, all right. So now this area, okay, cavum, this area, negative shape. This is the negative shape. So you have seen that I already have created the room for that shape, right? This is the room for that shape. I already have created. This face, see, I am coming back again and again and just changing the shape. It happens like this only. Okay. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm selecting the entire area. Like once again, if I have selected the correct one, yes, this is the shape, and extrude. I'm pushing it inside. Now you can see the anti-tragus is better looking now. Okay, tragus is looking better now. I'll just make it a little. All right. Okay, this is fine. Now only this one I need to move it forward. Only that one. Over there, we don't need that much of depression. This one can go inside a little bit. Okay, all right. So now let me check. This is pentagon. So now this is quad. I'll just delete this. This is a quad. This is a quad. This is a quad. This is a quad. Okay, all right. So this is the first negative shape. I have extruded it inside, right? Now over here, I'm going to do another extrusion. So before that, what I'm doing, just select this and spinning it like this, straight. just to create a room, right? So this area is looking better now. I'll leave this area like this only, and I'll work with this area. So this can go a little bit inside, trying to make this circular basically. Okay, so come once again, come once again, selecting all this, extrude, pushing it inside, more inside, going to the side view, check the position. So here is the position, and at the same time, just rotate a little bit like this towards the inside. All right. So from inside, it's looking like this. Extrude once again, push it inside this side, and rotate this side. Once again, extrude global axis, bring it inside, small, and delete. Now you understood why I concentrated all my errors over here, because later on, anyway, I'm going to delete it. But anyway, I solved that area, right? Everything was quads. All right. So this area is also done. If you want this, and spin like this. This is looking better. So topology wise, there is no problem now. Everything is looking absolutely fine. So now, okay, looking like ears only. Okay, looking like ears only. Okay, guys. Now going to the back of the ear. Back of the ear. Okay. So I'm just pressing 3. Can you see? It is almost blended like this, and it should not be blended like this, right? There should be a sharp edge at the back of the ear. So for that, what I'm going to do, I am giving extra loop. Definitely, we do like this only. And you know what? It's not going here and there, but it's ending over here. Why? Because I kept a triangle, and that was intentional. I kept a triangle. Now this is a quad. And I also kept a triangle over here. Now this is a quad. I guess you are getting my point now. So it can be gradually basically.
Sir,
So it was basically,
vertices,
sorry.
वर्टाइसिस बाजू बाजू में थे तो कभी कभी पता नहीं चलता ना कि कॉर्ड है.
No, that you need to remember. Like when you are modeling, you should be aware of each and every vertex of your model. Definitely, that should be there. See, now it's looking like this. Now this is all right. So now if I pressing 3, so I'm getting a nice line over here. Now uh, some more things can be done in this actually. from here there. Okay, I selected all the faces and I have extruded it. Scale it down. Okay, and now let's scale this way. Okay, you can see this and this. Okay, and scale this way also. All right. Over here, it's not looking good, but I'll come back to that area. I'll check that. Sorry. Okay. All right. I'm just checking again and again, uh, just to get the shapes correct. Now, let's keep it approximately in between and create it like this kind of a shape. What I feel, I could have made it a little bit better. The back of the ear, and I could have used a reference for this. But anyway, this is the process. I'm just showing you how to create the topology. This will be the way of creating topology in this area. The shape, I guess it could be better. I'm not very much convinced with the shape. I'm just spinning it this way. Now this is better. Yes. In organic models, no, uh, spin you have to do again and again because you don't until unless you are getting the correct direction, you have to keep spinning it. I feel it's looking much better now. Just try to understand how I am using the slide edge and spin to get things correctly. Okay. No, it is fine. Okay. Anyway, it's much better now. So this is the ear, guys. Right? So I'm getting the helix. This is the antihelix. This is the tragus cartilage. This is the antitragus. This is the notch. This is the negative shape. Then going inside, and this is the lobule or lobe. What I feel, okay, until unless I'm very much satisfied, I'll just keep working. So this could be a little prominent. Hmm, yes, antitragus. Now it is prominent. Okay, so guys, almost our head is complete. Yes, the almost the head is complete now. Okay, a few things to do. Today I'm not showing you. Maybe next day I'll show you those things. Okay, so today I'll stop over here only, and you guys tell me if you have understood what I tried to do today. All of you. So, to be very honest, there is no hard and fast rule. Okay, mm, there cannot be any particular way like you do after this, you do this, then after this you do this. There is uh, no such steps basically for this. You should understand the concept and anatomy. If uh, in two of your brains, one side the concept is clear, one side the anatomy is clear, then you can do it. Okay, so this is very very important. While doing it, make sure this is open in your computer and simultaneously you are doing it. Maybe you just open it at the sidebar somewhere over here, and then over here you are doing the modeling. Okay, it has to be in front of the eyes. And another thing is, I can model it. If the reference is not there, then also I can model it. Okay, and why I can model it? Because I can draw it from imagination. I can draw it. So that is again another very very good practice. Like uh, before modeling anything, and if any of you are thinking of getting the ear very correct, my suggestion will be